Hey, if you're a Monopoly fan, you most likely know there are all sorts of different editions. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Disney, and whatnot. Wow, wouldn't you love to see a mashup of Game of Thrones and Disney? Haha, that's a whole video right there. Anyway, did you know that a totally new, fully immersive, real-life version of Monopoly is coming in 2019? Now that's something you'll want to step inside. Monopoly Dreams in Hong Kong will become the first themed attraction inspired by the game so loved by millions of people. The 20,000 square feet of endless Monopoly is supposed to open to the general public in June 2019. Any fan will feel totally at home there among all the iconic game elements. There will be the bank, waterworks, electric company, train station, title deeds, and chance and opportunity cards. All of these will feel as real as can be, thanks to 4D interactive projections, holograms, and augmented reality technology guiding the visitors. Oh, and you might just find yourself in the jail cell. Uh-oh, do not pass go. In addition to what everyone is used to in Monopoly, there will also be an added twist. Visitors will help unveil a mystery and identify a villain who's going after one of Mr. Monopoly's diamonds, which he keeps in the residence. But if the Monopoly you're familiar with includes New York Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, and Boardwalk, don't expect to see any of those in Monopoly Dreams. The theme park will have the Hong Kong versions of place names in the game. Moreover, the whole park will be situated at the Peak, the richest area of the city. You see, the first Chinese version of Monopoly was designed in 1965 and based on Hong Kong. Later, there was a vote for the most expensive tile in the game, and locals chose the Peak. It's the most expensive residential area that gives the best views of the world-famous skyline of Hong Kong. So that's another great reason to visit the park. That and themed snacks will be available at Monopoly Dreams along with souvenirs, of course. Monopoly is currently owned by Hasbro Company, and it has, of course, all been arranged with their agreement and participation. The company sees the park as an opportunity to extend the reach of Monopoly from board game to real location entertainment, and an excellent opportunity for fan families to get a memorable and fully immersive experience. The park, of course, isn't a cheap project, and it took a lot of resources to design and build it. According to Gary Chan, the Chief Operations Officer of Monopoly Dreams, they hope all the investment won't go in vain, and around 700,000 new visitors will come to Hong Kong to see it as the area's newest attractive tourist destination. It's hard to find a person who's never played Monopoly these days. And even if you're a pro and think you know your favorite game better than anyone, I'll bet there are some facts that even you may not have heard. The board game has been popular for over 110 years. The first prototype of the game was Landlord in 1903, which was invented by Elizabeth J. Phillips. However, most people credit Charles Darrow for the invention. It was Darrow who built the game out of materials from his own home. He used molding scraps to build the first houses and hotels, wrote the cards with his own hands, and covered the board with an oilcloth. Darrow's nieces suggested metal charms from their bracelet as material for die-cast tokens. There were 10 metal tokens in the original game, including an iron, a cannon, a purse, a thimble, a shoe, a top hat, a lantern, a race car, a rocking horse, and a battleship. The first city the game was based on was Atlantic City in New Jersey. Darrow was rejected by many major game companies in the US, but he believed in the future success of Monopoly so much, he kept trying to sell it. Finally, he managed to sell his game to Parker Brothers in 1935. They bought the first lot of 7,500 games, which Darrow built and sold to them all at once. It came with the subtitle, "The Fastest Dealing Property Trading Game." By Christmas of 1935, the game had become such a hit, everyone wanted to purchase it as a gift, and 250,000 game packs were sold. The craze didn't fade away the following year, when the company sold over 1 million. In its more than 100 years of success, Monopoly has sold over 275 million copies in 114 countries all around the world, and has been translated into 47 different languages. And translated, in this case, doesn't only mean a word-by-word translation of game elements, but a full adaptation. For instance, when the game was introduced to UK players, names of properties were also adapted to local realty. One simple fact proves just how popular Monopoly really is. To meet all the demand, the Parker brothers had to print more Monopoly money than the Federal Reserve ever has for the U.S. And yearly, they print 30 times the amount of Monopoly money the Federal Reserve does in the same period of time. If, for some reason, you decide to stack up all the Monopoly sets ever made, you'd get a tower 1,100 miles high. Whew! The most unusual places where Monopoly has been played include a ceiling, underground, and even a U.S. nuclear submarine. The longest game ever played lasted for 70 days straight. In 2008, 3,000 Monopoly players decided to set the world record for the highest number of people playing it at the same time. The first Monopoly game ever sold cost just $2, and the most expensive version of it costs around $2 million. And it wasn't that very first original game that went up in price because of its age, as you might guess. It's actually so expensive because its designer, Sidney Mabel, used diamonds for its production. The game board was made of 23-karat gold with sapphires and rubies decorating its houses and hotels. The dice were studded with diamonds, and the 42 pips were all diamonds as well. This game was created in celebration of Monopoly's 50th anniversary in 1985. Since 1973, the Monopoly World Championship has taken place once every few years. The first winner back then, in Liberty, New York, was Lee Baird from the U.S. National champions from different countries get together at locations like Tokyo, Monte Carlo, Las Vegas, and so on. 14 World Championships have been organized so far. The most recent of them took place in Macau in 2015. The prize money for the winner is $20,850. I'll bet you know why, don't you? That's exactly the amount of money the game has in the bank. Are you a Monopoly fan? And if so, do you have any fun facts or strategies for winning? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.